Okay, today we're installing the windshield on the Commander, and this is our windshield for this particular bike, particular UTV. Our installation instructions, this is how your windshield will arrive to you. This is standard windshield, the non-mar resistant material, so it's got this kind of opaque clear coating on it. The mar resistant has more of a white coating. So to get ourselves started for installation, what we're going to start with is that we're going to take and peel the plastic back just past the holes here. This gives us two things. One, it helps us keep our fingerprints off of this. Number two, it does is that if there is any, gives you the ability to install the windshield. And if for some reason there is any problem, then you can, the windshield is still returnable if you haven't peeled this protective plastic off any further than just past the holes. If you remove the protective plastic all the way, there's really no way for us to take it back because we can't resell it as new. We wouldn't send it to you that way, so we wouldn't send it to anybody else that way. So basically what we don't want to do is just pull that back just past those holes and set that up in position here. And I'm going to get Brandon just to help me hold that over there so I'm not fighting this. It's easier if you have a second person to kind of hold that in place while you're putting the brackets on. Our bottom bracket on each side is where I always prefer to start with. So put our bolt and lock washer on there. Get this guy all set. The reason I like doing the two bottom ones first before I even do the other one up on top there is it helps to center the windshield. And if you just get the two bottom ones on, it makes it really easy to kind of work with centering and such. Because if you get a little off that way, you can pull it really easy. Get both of the brackets on there. It does make it a little bit harder. And now we've basically got that on there. That's centered it all out now nicely for me. Makes it really easy. Just put it on doing it this way. Go ahead and set our other. Just want to finger tighten these until you get them all set on there because we're going to want to push this windshield down tight to the body. And the only two tools you'll need: Phillips head screwdriver, 7/16 inch open end wrench. The only two things you'll need. Everything else is supplied. Don't use anything else, especially Loctite. Don't try to invent a new idea. Loctite on plastic is a horrible concept. It's a great way to destroy plastic and void all warranties of plastic. Okay, now that we've got them all on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push down on this top right here so that I'm seating that down nice and low. I'm going to put a little pressure on that bracket. Let's just slip off there. So I'm just putting a little pressure down, and I'm going to start securing that nut just a little bit. Get it just cinched down there a teeny bit, and I'm going to grab my open end wrench. And when I set this on here, I'm going to set this on the inside, obviously, and then I'm going to put a little force forward. It helps push the windshield out, so you want to just give it a little force forward. Tighten that one up tight. Making sure it's nice and seated. Hold that bottom. Cinch that up. Push a little pressure. As you can see, this windshield doesn't take much time to install. Once we finish this off, and over right here, I'm going to quickly show how we put our bumpers on. And the way we put our bumpers on, I mean, this is basically the same kind of a system we're going to use to tow this when we go into down position. So, but one of the things that we do is get our bumpers on there. So strap number one, smooth side facing us, clip to the front. Strap number two, just kind of wiggle that down in there, right down a little bit so it's nice and snug. And strap number two goes right like that. Get that around. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm not going to pull this very tight because I'm going to put my bumpers on. Just going to sink that down like that a little bit. I want a little bit of flex here. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this other side. Now we're ready to put our bumpers on. There's 4 spots we're going to be hitting on this. We're going to be hitting right here, and hit right across these 2 things right here, and right back over on this side. And you have 4 bumpers, conveniently. Because as a general purpose, they usually just hit in about 4 spots. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first bumper, set it right here on this edge, and you want to center those out as best you can before you get them stuck down. They do stick down quite well, so don't get pushing on them until you get them right where you want them. And that's nice and clean. You can see from that it's now it's no longer hitting the body. I'm going to take one, stick it right across this little point right there. Put that right there. Take that side. Same thing over here. Right there. And last. And we've got our bumpers to protect our hood now. Simple, easy, these stay on fantastic. I've had mine on my bike for like 5 years now, and they work awesome, so they stick. Now, if we were to go and tow this, this is where, now that we've got these bumpers on, when I go to do this, I'm going to put pressure on that guy as much as I can. I'm going to strap it secure around that, and then I'm going to wrap it around that. So basically, I'm securing this back Velcro to this front one, and gives this as a double Velcro system, and it helps to lock it down really nice and tight. And again, same thing, since I just did them loose, I'm going to grab this strap, I'm going to pull on this as hard as I can, set that inside strap as high up as you can, keeping tension on that, wrap it around, and secure it. Now we have, this is how we're going to be towing down the road. This is how we're going to be, if we're towing it, our windshields are all designed to be towed in the down position. If we're wanting to use our windshield for a half windshield, this is how we're going to ride with it. We want to secure it down. We don't want that windshield flipping up while we're towing it or while we're riding with it. So make sure you strap it down for safety. Okay, so on this, one of the many advantages to our windshield, and the reason why we only make non-tilting windshield or full tilting windshields, is because a non-tilting windshield is very, very difficult to clean. When the windshield is in the upright position, it's virtually impossible to wash off the inside of the windshield with water while you're out on the trail. If you got your power washer or what have you, it's easy. Our windshield is designed to not only be towed, lower resistance, but this is how it's designed to also be cleaned, because all windshields, anybody's, mine, somebody else's, you buy more resistant, I don't care. Treat them all the same way. Wash them off with water first. I cannot make that point more poignant. It is the most important part. Washing this off with water first. You rinse off the dirt and the dust and you dry it off with a microfiber cloth, and you're set to go. You won't be scratching your windshield. You won't be destroying your windshield. And so now we're in a situation where we're going to either, it's cold, it's rainy, whatever. We want to tilt our windshield up. We're going to take these straps off. We're going to tilt our windshield up. Now the first thing we want to do when we're tilting our windshield up is we have a center support bracket. And basically it's going to go onto your bike. I'm going to show you this in a minute, but I'm going to just show you how it goes on. For a hard top, it goes on just like that. So this loop up at the top goes on the top. If you happen to have a soft top, that bracket is reversed so that the flat part is on the top. So soft top, flat's on, hard top, round's on top. And take this guy, slip him over the crossbar here. And basically what I like to do right here is just get it lined up in place. And then I'm going to tighten that guy down so it's nice and locked in place. Okay, so we want to do this before we strap up the windshield, because once you strap up the windshield, it's hard to get this bracket to work. because it actually forces the windshield outward. I have this windshield a little too far forward. So if you happen to get it that way, just crank your bracket back. We want basically about a quarter or half-inch gap. As you can see right there, there's about a quarter inch. If you got too little, you can twist your bracket forward. But so on this one, I just need to twist it backwards to get me a little bit better positioning on that because I had it too far out. Now what I'm going to do is take and put my straps on here. I'll come over that side so you can see it. Again, it's always smooth side facing. This makes it really simple and easy. Smooth side facing you. Through the clip, locks it back over. This is how you would ride with your windshield in the up position, and then obviously, as we talked about it, for towing or when you get warm or what have you, there's a lot of dust. When it's really dusty, I tilt my windshields down because it makes it more comfortable to drive. I'd rather have a little cool than I would dust. This works out really well. Hope this video helped you out. If you guys have any questions after watching this, please feel free to give us a call, and thanks for your business.